Cool. Good morning. I'm hearing all the clicking going on around me with the iPad and other notifications. And somewhere I've got something turned on. Yeah. Hold on. I just got to mute that. I've got my Twitch going in the background. So I was hearing the echoes, double sounds, all that sort of stuff. So it's all good now. And good morning, Manette. Lovely to see you here on Facebook. And good morning to you, Judy. Nice to see you here. I love the ocean. And lovely. Yeah, how are you? I am doing well, thank you. Although I have been awake since 3 o'clock. So that's now 5 hours because I just couldn't sleep. Must have just been that spirit hour again. Some others on here would know what I mean by that, wouldn't you, Sarah? Good morning, how are you? And we've got Tracy here. Good morning, Tracy. And we've got Kathy here. Good morning to you. And you liked my reading the other day. Thank you. It's one of those funny things. I just love doing them. That's not a funny thing. I just love doing them, but I don't remember from one day to the next what I actually put forward. I really do live in the moment from what Spirit tells me, gives me as those indications. So we are here, though, as a community of getting together and having a look at some cards. This instance, it is the Lenormand deck that I use for these daily readings in the morning, and it is the summary pretty much of what the day is going to bring using the tool of these cards in particular. And cool. So Monique, you're saying I was right about being territorial because you've not been telling your family about your love life. Hey, sometimes you don't have to reveal everything. That's where the mask comes in. And we do have that as a bit of protection. We don't need to be vulnerable all the time. We need to actually be able to live a relatively normal, step by step in their day without feeling that we're always emotional or having to hide or show or etc. And good morning, Kim, all the way from Western Australia. Wow. That's all early there, isn't it? Because I have a son that lives just north of Perth and does the fly in, fly out mining stuff. Yeah, so yeah, nice. It is, isn't it? And yeah, exactly, isn't it? And we have got from Twitch, we've got Refo there. Oh, Ref. Almost sounds like Raf. Sorry, I'm not being rude about that. It just, the spelling of it does bring that sort of thing forward. I'm not going to be able to comment straight back to anything with Twitch or YouTube or whatever because this is going out to 5 other channels. And good morning, Ripper. Now I'm getting confused. Rena. Good morning, Rena, because I noticed Rioff was putting ha straight under that. So no, it's okay. Look, however you want it pronounced, just type it under there in phonetic type stuff and I'll be able to understand it, won't I? Anyway, what we're going to do is switch over to the cards because I do have them here ready to do our reading. And it is, remember, a general reading that we do in these morning card sets. And yeah, Kim, yes. Oh, just hang on. Just trying to get those comments working. Yeah, getting up for work. I think I accidentally had to this morning scheduled in the, in the realm of scheduling stuff when I do these shows that I had it at 8:30. Well, most of you know that that's a bit late for me even in a way. So, yeah, I'm still going to go early. It saved deleting and putting it back up. Yep, that 3 a.m. air. Yes, I thought you'd recognise that one. And, yeah, so what we'll do, heading on over, let's start. I've got here, it is the 5-card spread that I've been using. This is the weekday one. It's what I'll probably stick with. So here we go. Oh, so beautiful day in Port Broughton. Oh, one day I'll get back up there. Yeah, the way that my schedule's working out now with some of the volunteering I'm doing, it's going to be a bit hard to spend the time at the shack, because we've got the shack, or my partner has, at Fisherman's Bay. So, Joanne, you would know where that is. So here we go. We've got the 5 cards. We've got the Tower in our home space. We've got the scythe in the workspace. I was trying to think what's it's called. It's not a sickle, it's a scythe. So that's in the workspace. We've got the sun in our unexpected. Here we've got the stars in your role, and we've got the older woman as the outcome or the center or basis of the cards. I read that sometimes as that summary or the center, because what's an outcome of a woman? Well, I am the older woman anyway, so it is referencing, I suppose, some of my energy, but it's also referring to the factor of that extra wisdom that's going to be in that feminine and accessing the ancestries type of thing in what is that older woman anyway. So I'm bringing the Tower into the home space is actually building up what is a excuse me, our relationships with family members is what I'm feeling, because I don't think we really, well, I mean, I suppose there are some of us that do like to have that growing into bigger and larger and better houses, upgrading was the word I was trying to think. So it could be that there is some renos on the cards for you to have that sort of upgrade, or moving upwards in size into another area, or somewhere that you've got more rooms or something to have as your living space in your home. Tower usually does mean, though, some of that connection that's with institutions, so government type stuff, because it's the bigger overall picture. You're sort of looking at it as if it's the castle type stuff and ruling overship type thing. We do have some forms of regulations and that around our home space, even in free countries, because government really is what it needs to be, having the masses of people being able to be governed, I suppose, being able to be organised in a society in a nice way. Good morning, Mary. How are you? And it is, good morning, it is. Even though there is clouds out there this morning, it's not the sunny day like yesterday. The portent is for rain, looking at that. And as we can see here, it is for growth, I'm feeling, and it could do with some of those things with regulations or adding onto a house or things like that, that you might have some of that stuff to, the permissions of councils and stuff, development applications and whatnot. I'm feeling it is a bit more to do with that rather than, just the family members' relationships, but it could be. Build up. That's what I'm feeling from that. Strengthening too. So, and Mary is saying you're fabulous. Oh, that's great. That's great. It was lovely to see you on Sunday with your live stream. Loved it. And I hope they enjoyed their swim at Port Rickaby, if that's where they ended up going, your friends. Here we've got the scythe in our workspace, a perfect card to have in that space, because it's doing the weeding and the harvesting. So whatever time of year seasonally it is for you, it is relevant to the work that we're putting in for, the work for the work, the results that we're wanting. So it's a pretty simple card to understand, really. Keep the edge sharp on your tools so that it actually cuts well, whether it's the weeds or whether it's the harvest. So bring it into your day that there's something that you're needing to do to keep the sharp edge for those purposes. Keeping an eye on the tools, that sort of thing. Making sure it's safe too. Now with the sun, I like that we've got the sun and the moon as above and below. We've got both. It balances out. So, the sun rises, it sets. The stars rise, they set, as far as how our perception as people goes. All there is being what they are. We just add that meaning to them in how it affects our day by seeing the sunrise. Hi, Karen. It's lovely to see you. Love that owl. Love the hearts. Beautiful. Thank you. So if you can see the sun outside, I can't yet. It's still, I'm sure it's risen on that horizon, above that horizon, but at the moment I can't see it because we've got clouds. But it really is bringing that lovely energy of the masculine into your day. So you've got that shining glow, the golden light feel of what the sun is. So it will pop in occasionally through our day to give us that lift, to put the smile on the face. So know that even if you're having a bit of a day, there are going to be those moments that you'll really feel lifted up and as if that sun is shining on you, that those special rays are shining on you. So enjoy. And as we can also come into what our role is with that, it's reaching for the stars. It's actually broadening that aspect to just not being the sun, because the sun is but one gigantic star when you look at what astrology, astronomy, astrology. Oh, now I'm getting it confused. Astronomy, the scientists will tell us that the sun is a star. It's just a massive, huge one that our Earth revolves around in our galaxy type thing. So here we are reaching for the stars, and they're even further afield than what even just our galaxy is. They know through the discovery of further and further and further out how big this, the endless universe is. So is it growing? I think it's just our knowledge and discovery of it is growing. How big is it? No one knows. And it's just seeing where our focus is can get too confused with all those other little starry lights. But there will always be one that just stands out for us, or two or three that we notice after that. But our eye does come back to that one that we've got in our eyes, in our field of vision. As we see, the clouds going over at night, we can't see all the stars at once, but we know they're there. So actually putting our focus on one thing at a time, there is that, the misbelief, the misunderstanding that we can multitask. We can't do multiple things all at once. We're just switching so quickly between, like the sparkle of the stars, we're just switching so quickly between so many different tasks that we're trying to do at once that we just call it multitasking. Focus on the one thing at a time. Whatever it is that you're doing, speaking with someone in your family, make sure that you're listening and giving them time to speak, as well as being mindful of what your words are as it's your turn to speak. And the same thing as far as what you're doing in your workspace, that you're focusing on one thing at a time. That one that is sparkling the most for you in that moment in time, do that to the best that you can each and every time. And focus on it for the length of time it needs. Not try to rush in to get every little piece done all at once. Take the time, make the time. Spend the time like this older woman in this depiction here, in that you can see there's the restful moment. It's the contemplating out, that looking out that window, and with almost the hand on the heart and wondering what's next. Having that mindfulness, that peace, that the mind isn't just racing all the time. Allow it to slow down to an absolute almost nothing, that you're just taking that moment of what is that focus that you're looking even out the window at, that brings that stillness to your mind, that you're able to bring peace to your heart. So that's what I'm looking at with that. And good morning to Facebook user from the UK. I think it might be Stevie, but I'm not sure. That would be on my profile page probably. Facebook doesn't allow names to be used from profile pages and private groups. So thank you for being here. So that actually is... thank you for that. You love the deck. I love the deck too, and the interpretation is very intuitive and insightful. I do. I like to just... Yeah, it is Stevie. Cool. I thought it was a good guess, wasn't it? Well, educated guess, because you have been on before, and it's lovely to see the regulars popping in too. Certainly, if you know of someone else that would like to see, watch this as we go through our morning, well, it's almost a ritual, isn't it? Oh, that's cute, but what is it? I can't quite tell. Oh, it's the little hearts. Yes, I saw it. That's lovely. Thank you. So yes, it is the different things that we like to start our days with. I think, you know, it can be a very interesting. I'm just going to put my little buy me a coffee. Oh, gee, how do I do that? I don't want that big. Just as a reminder, you know, if you feel like you're wanting to support in any way through just buy me a coffee or some of those readings, I do have some of my services on there. And also that I'm doing the hats more often because I'm finding that a really interesting and very quick to do live stream on the mobile, even though I know, oh, what's the other one? The Be Live does do a mobile version at the moment that's in beta for a few. That'll be coming out soon to make it so much easier to do the live streams from mobile phones. So as far as a really good studio setup style of live stream like I'm doing now. So certainly keep an eye out for when I can post. That's a done deal, that it's part of the regular subscription stuff. Oh, that's lovely. Thank you, Manette, sending the stars. I don't know how they show up. They don't in the actual Be Live studio because that's how I'm presenting here in the mytimetv.live and the rosboundy. No, mytimetv.live is the one I do Be Live, and YouTube, my YouTube channel. And I'm not too sure, but I think the restream is going to YouTube as well. I don't know. Hopefully there's not two going at once over there. I haven't checked that. I might just do that while we're here. So yeah, certainly keep an eye out for tomorrow morning at the 8 o'clock. I'm just going to go over to my YouTube channel and see what's happening there, because it is supposed to be there somewhere as a live stream. I just hope not twice. If there's anyone over there, let me know, because sometimes little things do happen that not aware of. Yes, it is live. It is live, so at least once, so that's fine. Thank you for being here. I'm going to leave it there. So tomorrow morning, about the 8 o'clock again. What day are we today? It's Tuesday, so Wednesday. Yeah. No, so thank you. Keep being the best you that you can be, and namaste.